with? And if you only had like just a moment with that person, what might you say to them about the evidence for your faith?
Yeah, so there's multiple lines of argument for Christianity. So there's the case for the resurrection.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Christological trilemma. We've summarized those two arguments. There's a lot more depth that one could go into on those arguments, but we've given an overview. There's also the conversion of Paul. There's the argument from
Mm-hmm.
Messianic prophecy. There's the argument from modern miracles. I'll briefly summarize or sketch out the conversion of Paul argument, but I'll not go into the weeds. But I have an article on my website if you want to really do a deep dive on the conversion of Paul. I recently just published a thoroughly revised and expanded version of an earlier essay I published on the topic that goes into defends the case much more thoroughly than I had done previously, even. But basically, it's a two-step argument. The first step being to establish that the accounts in Acts concerning Paul's conversion and subsequent miracles actually represent what Paul himself claimed to have experienced. And there's a huge amount of evidence to establish that contention. That being so, we have to evaluate what best explains Paul's testimony. It doesn't look like he was lying, particularly in view of the fact that he endured such tremendous hardship, sufferings,
Yeah.
persecutions,
Yeah.
imprisonments, floggings, being beaten with rods, stoned, shipwrecked, put to death by the sword on account of that claim, right? And that really goes a long way towards establishing his sincerity